more than 15% of Indian population is working in the corporate today.
Because many a times we don't believe in ourselves.
Totally. Women are known to kind of pull each other down.
Yeah. Now I got to know there that's talent. He was actually.
Meet Pranjali Bonde. By day, she manages global credit risk for a financial giant. By night, she crafts award-winning stories for National Geographic. She's an IIM Bangalore graduate, a corporate VP, and the reigning Mrs. Maharashtra.
Which were your top 5 destinations that you went to?
I had gone for my honeymoon to South Africa.
Any retreat experience?
When we went there, it was very funny.
I think we forget the fact that time is limited. Wellness now.
When you talk about wellness, I feel like, ghar ka khana is something.
You like the Indian desi food.
Yeah, Indian desi food. The office that I work for now is 500 crores. I should not be able to give them only what is there on Google. Race is always there to prove yourself.
What's your perspective on women empowerment?
A storyteller featured in National Geographic Lonely Planet and the airwaves of Red FM. Invited by Spain and Dubai Tourism to capture cultures beyond borders. More than her titles, Pranjali is a reminder that we never have to choose between our professional logic and our creative magic. This conversation is a journey of identity, expression, and purpose.
Hi Pranjali.
Hi Neha.
Welcome to our studio.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I've always wanted to sit and chat with you.
Oh, that is my pleasure.
Yeah.
Because,
so,
yeah, thank you so much for having me today. And I couldn't chat with you on that day.
Yes.
At Women's Day function that we met. And I'm so glad to be here today.
Yeah, this is much better, right? 1-to-1.
Closer. Yes.
Yeah. But how are you feeling today, first of all?
Feeling on top of the world because we have like so many people just managing the conversation that we are having. So
nice.
I'm feeling good.
So, what intrigued me when I met you was your journey where you combined your corporate career with your passion into food and travel. And I'm very curious to know the milestones and what got you here. So, bring it on.
Okay, so basically I'm an engineer. So I started off in technology as a quality assurance engineer and I worked for 2 years. And then I said that, I want to do something more. So then that is when I did my MBA. So I went to Mumbai to do my MBA. And I was hired as a credit underwriter with one of the national banks in India. And where I was involved in sanctioning loans and, in the industrial finance part of it. So, in fact, the office that I work for now is sanctioned by, I was making a proposal and I've sanctioned like 500 crores to this office that I now work for.
Wow.
So,
how fancy is that?
So life comes a full circle.
Totally.
Totally.
Because your current organization is also a global MNC.
Yes, current organization is a global MNC based in Kharadi. And so...
Wow.
Yes.
Do you enjoy finance?
Yes, I love crunching numbers, analyzing data, and basically how it makes sense and how it helps us in solving various challenges of credit risk every day. So my current profile is into counterparty credit risk, where I work as the vice president. And we basically look at how we can help the bank in reducing the risk and the counterparty risk.
Wow, that's a lot of responsibility.
Yes, but I love it because at the end of the day, when the bank makes you responsible to do all of that, it is quite... it feels good.
Yeah. It feels empowered also.
Yes, very.
Yeah,
yes.
in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But tell me about this broad spectrum of being a writer, traveler, and then the finance. How did that come across?
So basically, I think I have a creative bent of mind, I can say. So while I was working as a credit underwriter, So I was always into like, doing something like on the weekends I would go trekking. And then one day I had gone to the mall and I like, they had just started off with waffles. Like this was way back in 2012 in Pune.
Wow.
Like a
yeah.
waffles thing was quite new
Yeah.
to this city. So I mean, and like people flocked to that particular counter. And I came back home and told my mom that, why don't we also open up something like,
Okay.
while I'm working, I can hire somebody and we can have like a waffles machine, and that person will do it. So she was like, why do you want to get into this hassle of like, how will he might dupe you. He might say today I sold only 10.
Mm.
So she said, why don't you write about it? Because the smell, the sights, the sounds that you see around waffles, I think that people also will like. Because just to tell you, like I have in my school, I have learned, I've read Shakespeare and poetry. So I was
Okay.
always into writing poetry. And I used to, like as a child, like there was this every Sunday or Saturday in Indian Express, they used to invite people to submit essays and, about their travel destinations.
Mm.
So I was always interested in doing that. And as a child also, I used to submit to newspapers. So my mom knew that, I could write. So she said, why don't you
Nice.
write about it? And that is when I started writing. I started my own blog about writing it. And then after a year, there was an editor, a digital editor. She got in touch with me that, oh, you write well, so why don't you start writing for us?
Mm-hmm.
So that was The Quint. I still remember. It is a digital magazine.
Yeah.
So
Pretty popular.
yeah, and so the editor there, she contacted me and she said, why don't you write about food? Because that was what I started writing about. And then I would submit, I would write for them every week. Every week my article would come out, and that is how I got I got more and more editors to contact me, and I wrote for different magazines. So now I've almost written for over 60 publications.
Wow.
Yes.
Can you name few?
Some
Your
of them,
favorites?
my favorite has been Condé Nast Traveler. Because of the brand, I always wanted to be
The
associated
OG brand
yes,
into travel. Yeah.
So Condé Nast Traveler was one, and Mint Lounge, because Mint Lounge was something like, when I was in Bombay, when I was studying and doing my MBA, I used to see like, people walking in and out of locals in the fort area. They would always carry a Mint Lounge because that is the business newspaper. So I would always want my byline in that paper. And so yeah, like I managed to get my bylines, and so
you
many
manifested it.
Yes. And I wrote a lot of stories for them. And Mint Lounge was one, Indian Express, and then of course in-flight magazines. So whenever somebody would travel, like, so I have written for SpiceJet, I've written for Jet Airways in-flight magazine. So people would travel, whenever they would travel in the aircraft, I used to tell them, look out for my stories, and they would actually take a picture of it and send it to me.
How lovely is that? Wow.
Yes.
Do you remember one of your, most profound articles that kind of just went viral? Or
I think it was about, I've written a lot. So I think one of them was about, let me just think a little, because because I've written so many of them. But yeah, I wrote on Georgia, and it was about the food that I wrote 3 different stories on Georgia when I had traveled, about its capital Tbilisi, because the market there is really good. So you get a lot of things to eat and everything. So I wrote about it for the Indian Express, about how the city is full of lot of things to eat, good restaurants, but also to carry back home,
the
culture and the food items also, because it's very similar. Like you have a dish there, I'm forgetting the name, but it tastes very much like rajma. Or you would have roti, which is like our kakori roti, like that. So they have the similarity of food.
That's what you're.
Yeah.
So, like when you write an article, what is the takeaway you want for the readers? Like that, one intention that you write on.
So basically when I write, I mainly want the reader to enjoy the piece and to read the whole of it, so they shouldn't get bored. And I should not be able to give them only what is there on Google. I explore the
Very
sites and go a
important.
little deeper
Yeah.
into maybe Google will just talk about ABC, and
Yeah,
you'll
the
see that
commercial
the
stuff.
commercial part
Yeah.
of it. But
Yeah.
in fact, when I went to Georgia, I went on this thing, they have these get your guides. So they have these free trails and all. Like you can just go with the locals there, and I got to know there that Stalin. He
Uh-huh.
was actually, people would think that he was born in Russia, but he was actually born in Georgia.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So he was actually born in Georgia, and when he started off with his movement, the revolutionary movement, so the press and everything, got to see that in Georgia.
Amazing.
And
That's the best part of travel,
yes,
right?
and
You
I
see
was
so much history.
history. You'd see the
Yeah.
history, and also like we all were stunned because everybody who was a part of that walk. That day, I mean, they thought that he was born in Russia, but actually he was from that Georgia. And then the
Yeah.
next day, I actually went to his birthplace, and we
Wow.
got to see the train that he used to travel in, and he
Yeah.
was quite a
Yeah.
hard
It's kind of
taskmaster.
time travel also, now. You go
Yes.
back to that era
Yeah.
and there's some wisdom, some richness you feel.
Some richness, and like you yourself are like, oh my god, you actually picked up a piece of history somewhere.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
came back and I wrote about that for National Geographic Traveler. So that publication,
Amazing.
yes,
Wow.
and it was like everybody who read that piece was like, wow. Like even the editor, she also praised me for it, because
Yeah.
not many people know that Stalin was born in Georgia. So
Nice. You know, like most of the corporates today feel like they can't find the time to follow the passion and
Right.
keep their creative instincts alive. And you're doing it so amazing. So, what do you have to
Yeah.
say to, people watching our audience who are in the corporate, which most of
Mhm.
us are?
Right.
But how do you balance both? And how do you find the time? Like, I'm sure there is a.
Yeah. I think I would just say that, stay hungry, stay foolish. And if you're really passionate about it, you will find time. I think nobody's that busy. So I feel that rather than scrolling reels like on Instagram, because I remember before lockdown, we had to go to office every day. So and I used to stay like one end of the town, and my office was in Kharadi. So it used to take me 1.5 hours one way to travel. But I was so passionate about writing that in the bus itself, like we had a shuttle. So in the shuttle itself, I used to pen down articles, or I used to write. So I used to use up that time to actually write. Whereas I used to see the other people who they used to either complete their seasons
Right.
on Netflix. They're either watching
Yeah.
Netflix or they're talking on the phone.
Yeah, just
or they're
consuming,
sleeping.
not
Yeah,
creating.
not creating. So
Yeah.
I would, I think and that was not because I wanted to prove something, but I just wanted to see my name. That byline was so, it gives you that kick
Yeah, it
that
does.
you do things.
Yeah.
And
And also, I think personally,
Hmm.
creating something gives you so much high,
yeah, that's
right?
true.
I mean, do you feel it's therapeutic for you? Like, what's.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
it's very therapeutic, because at the end of the day, when I used to start writing the article, and I used to be like, I can't write, I used to just like have these I used to hit writer's block. But one paragraph, then the next, and then how the final piece would come out would be like, wow, I have written this.
Oh, yeah, that happens
So that
a lot.
itself is
I think something else takes over.
yes.
That channeling that creative energy
Creativity.
through you.
Yes.
And then after a few days, you're like,
Yeah, I was good enough.
Yeah.
So that whole self-love also comes in, that yes, because many a times we don't believe in ourselves, and that is very important to have a belief in yourself that you can create something meaningful, something
Yeah.
extraordinary. And I think if you give yourself that confidence, only then you can
Totally. I think
You can do it.
inherently we are all creators, right? I mean, we
Yeah.
have so much creative energy inside us.
absolutely, yeah.
And like you are consciously making it a point that you're channelizing it in the right way, which is great.
Yeah,
think
I
very
mean, consciously
commendable.
it comes out. Like, if I don't do anything, then at the end of the day, I'll be like, whatever I done today, and I'll feel so guilty about it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's more like it comes from within. Like, I'm not pushing myself or trying, but
Sure.
it's just that also
Effortless.
it effortlessly it just comes from
Yeah.
within that I have to do this, and
But practically, like you said, you got to find time for it.
yes,
Right?
absolutely.
I mean, you can't give excuses like,
Yeah, correct. But
not
there will be
having-
days when you don't find time, and I think you should not penalize yourself for it.
Yeah.
कि अरे, you weren't able to do it. You will get
go with the
just
flow.
go with the flow.
Yeah.
Like there are many times when, like yesterday, I was in office stuck till 9 o'clock, and I was just so tired. I came back home and slept, and I couldn't create. But then today, like I'm talking to you today, so I am creating a lot.
Yeah, of course.
I think more than so. I have recharged my batteries, and now I'm like fresh to speak to you. And I think that is what is important, to not punish yourself for something that is beyond you,
Yes.
just because even the office work is important, and
Yeah, I think it's about balancing.
it's
right?
about balance.
Everything comes down to that.
Yeah,
Like if you structure your day
yeah,
and the time management, where
Absolutely.
you're dedicating time to everything,
right.
I think that's the key. And that's what
Yes.
you're doing.
Yes, I hope to do so. Fingers crossed.
Okay, so since I love travel as well,
Oh.
I want to know which were your top 5 destinations that you went to and
Oh.
why.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, before we had kids, we used to almost travel 3-4 times in a year. So to tell you about the top 5 places, now I'll just try to think about all the
Yeah.
places that I've visited. I think the topmost and very different, not many Indians would go there, would be New Orleans in the US.
Mm.
So when we had traveled there, it is the capital of jazz. So I was quite excited about going there, and it turned out to be also a lot of fun, because you would have there were streets that you would see a lot of people playing jazz and
Wow.
enjoying dancing, having fun.
Like a musical
Yeah,
ride.
it was more like a musical city. And then the hotel that we were also staying in the evening, they had like this jazz jazz performance, and
Wow, I love jazz. I think it's so
Yeah.
soothing.
it's
and-
very soothing. So
yeah.
imagine
Okay.
going to the capital of jazz. And it was,
Yeah, very lively, basically.
very lively.
Hmm.
And then I mean, not only jazz, but we also managed to see the World War II museum there. Was fantastic. And then later we explored the alligators of New Orleans. There was a boat ride that we went on to. So
Nice.
so New Orleans was definitely very nice. I
Mm.
would recommend people, if you're traveling to the US, to visit
Definitely.
New Orleans. And then I think South Africa also, when I traveled, Cape Town. So because of its beauty, I think it's mesmerizing. And there are a lot of there's a particular drive which's got like 8 knots. So the drive, it's very picturesque, and these 8 bends makes it even more worthwhile.
Wow.
So I had gone for my honeymoon to South Africa, because I specifically told my husband I don't want to travel to the southeast.
Okay.
Don't want to do Bangkok.
Yeah,
don't want to
the
do
typical-
Thailand. Yeah. So he took me to South Africa.
Nice. Nice.
And then I think others were Maldives, because of just the relaxation.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
it was
the
so
water.
clean, the waters. And I also learned scuba diving there, and managed to
Nice.
I managed to scuba dive with manta rays, with dolphins,
Wow.
and with turtles, and
How
with the white
nice.
sharks, white tooth sharks they're called. They're not the
Amazing.
dangerous ones, but it was quite an experience
I can
going on a
imagine.
cruise and like managing to scuba dive with all these. So it was quite interesting.
Any retreat experience that was very transformational for you, like you felt the change, the before and after?
Uh, I think one place we have a retreat called Atmantan in Mulchi. So I was invited to that retreat to document my journey about how it is. And when we went there, it was very funny
Huh.
because because like my husband, I told him you come along with me, and he was just like, I don't do retreats and stuff, like, this is not our
Yeah.
age to do retreats. And he forgot his bag at
What?
home, bag of clothes he forgot at home.
Oh my god.
And then he was like, I'm not staying here, I'm going back home.
Was it deliberate?
Could be. But he said, I'm not staying here, I'm going back. So I said, I can't help it. I mean, if you want to, you see what you want to do. So, but then it was time for a massage. And I said that, why don't you try the massage before you go? And then he did that massage and he was so relaxed. He felt like out of this world. And then I said,
Good trick.
yeah. So then he didn't utter a word. He was like just so relaxed and so happy after it. He's like, let's wait here and let's not go home. So then I was also relieved. And
How many
and
days
finally-
was this?
this was only for 2 days, but he
Okay.
lived those 2 days in that one pair of clothes that he was wearing. But the food, and I think the like just the air was so fresh, because Mulchi, of course, it's on
Yeah.
a hilltop, so it was by the lake. The air was very pure. Like we started off with yoga sessions in the morning. And the food also, like they had their own garden, so they used to
Yeah.
grow their own stuff,
Farm fresh.
fresh.
Mm.
And like simple things, like they would give us sabudana khichdi for they gave in the morning, but it was a different sabudana which was so healthy.
Yeah, I've had
and
that.
Their
Yeah.
portions were also so less, because I used to feel isse kya hone wala hai
Yeah.
mera, like I am not going to be
Relatable.
filled with this much portion, but that portion was so tasty and so
Yeah.
fulfilling, that
Yeah.
very soul satisfying food. And then
Mm.
they gave us fish also, and my husband was like, ask them if they can have one more portion of fish. And I mean, just like very good organic food. I had never been to a wellness resort before, and I'm so glad I went to Atmantan.
Mm.
I'm sure given a choice, I would want to go there again, just to
Yeah. It's a beautiful place.
yeah, because so I think one takeaway from that was like, eat little but soul satisfying and good natural
high
food.
on nutrition.
High on nutrition. If the food is good, then I
Mm.
think
Any other therapy that you really felt like made a difference when you went there? Like apart from yoga, nutrition, did you try some other?
no, I did not try anything else.
Mm.
It was just that the salts that they had given for our bath.
Hmm.
So those salts also, when you actually like, I put that in the bathtub and like just soaked myself. I think it was like a lot of negative energy was
Yeah.
coming out.
It's
So
super
the salts
effective.
are also
Yeah.
very important, I think. And we generally like, we don't really give it a try.
Yeah.
And most of us we are so busy with traveling and exploring that the hotels that we stay in have these bathtubs. We never explore.
Yeah.
So I think next time we travel, we should actually explore the
Yeah.
local markets, like see what stuff, like, these salts also many a times. They just, so I mean, here the experience was just the negative energy it took away all
You
my
felt the
negative energy.
cleansing.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So came back more refreshed, and of course it was also a digital detox for me because there was no range there.
Yeah.
So I
I
was
think
like,
every
it was-
retreat they make sure.
Yeah, they make sure.
Because that's where you start, right?
Absolutely.
Otherwise, there's no point.
Yes, so
Mm.
that was very an important lesson on how to digitally detox yourself, especially in today's world when like,
Yeah.
we've got this notification anxiety.
Oh my god, that's
So-
crazy. I think once a week we all should have a day for a digital
Digital
detox, where
detox,
our
yeah.
phones are away and we're just living with yourself.
With yourself,
Yeah.
just reading a book and
Yeah.
soaking in the chirping
Yeah,
of birds
the nature.
and, yeah.
And also yourself, right?
Yeah.
Like just the self-talk,
Yeah,
re-establishing that connection.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But overall, tell me, because you've traveled so much, what does it do to a human being? Like, what changes? Tell me your perspective.
I think it makes you more down to earth as a person because because when you see like other people, like when we traveled to Georgia, like there was actually this family that invited us for dinner to their place. And like they did simple things, like they had their own pond, so they, like, and there were fishes, so they, out of we said we wanted to have fish, so they
Oh.
actually took out this thing, fish from their pond, and they cooked for us.
Oh,
And the family was so, like, so hospitable and so warm that
Yeah.
and the food also that was on the, like, simple salad they made for us, but it was so tasty that we felt that, no matter how much money you have in life, I think if you're down to earth, and these
Yeah.
travels, they show you, like,
yeah,
when you meet
feeling
people,
the
you
culture.
experience
Yeah.
different cultures, you realize the richness of your own culture,
Yes.
as well as, like, of other people. And so that is, I think, what travel does to you. You forget, like, because in India we're made to feel, we have this much money, so we can do what we want. Tu janta nahi main kaun ho types. But when you travel, I think you get to know people, and you get to it gives you an insight into their lives, and I think that is what changes you as a person.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
think it
like-
also expands your consciousness in a way, because
Yeah,
normally we're living in this limited world of ours, and
Absolutely.
the moment you change space,
yeah.
you realize like there's so much more,
More
to
do.
life.
Yeah, and they invited me into their kitchen also. Like, so we were making, like, some, it's called some roti. I'm forgetting the name, but they invited me into their kitchen. So I was also cooking with them, and it was just so much fun together.
Yeah.
Like, we forgot who we were, where we came from, and
Amazing.
it was just like,
so enriching.
yeah, we were making breads and rotis together. So
Amazing.
it just changes you as a person.
Yeah.
So travel as much as you can while you can.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
so
while you
important.
can.
I think we forget the fact that time is limited,
That's true.
and I think we need to plan our lives in a much better way, like in
Yeah.
terms of the biological age,
Yeah, that's true.
and make sure that we are
Yes.
making the most of it.
That's true. Because and also the wars, right? Because
Oh my god.
the wars, we wanted to travel to the West, but I think now the West is all, you cannot
Yeah.
travel.
I mean, most of the flights are discontinued and paused, and it's become like we're all
nobody
stuck.
wants to travel there.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah.
Mm.
So while you can, make the most of it, because you
Yes.
never know what will happen tomorrow.
True. I love
the
that.
world might end.
So resonate to it.
Yes.
But any other story that you remember from your travel, which like you give this amazing anecdote
Yeah.
of this family. But any other story that comes to your mind?
I think the other one was when I traveled to Mussoorie. So we were staying at JW Marriott. So they had invited me, and my husband was busy. So I'd taken my parents, and they
Okay.
just totally, so it was more like a family travel. And so, I mean, it was just very enriching, because my parents, they love to, explore the nature, be in nature more than. So we started off with a breakfast, which was by the stream. So they had arranged a nice breakfast table inside
Oh.
the stream. So
Wow.
the air was absolutely fresh, and the food also was like very good. And then later in the day, we went for a trek. So close to the hotel itself,
Mm.
there was a nice mountain.
Mm.
So we trekked up. So my father, he's like 65, he's 70, but he managed to trek up there. And even
Wow.
my mother, so both of them are like 70,
Yeah.
and they climbed that mountain. But the air was so fresh, and like there was a certain joy. They also felt like a child within, like,
Yeah, this
because
happens,
yeah.
So relatable, because similar thing with my parents. They went to the US for 3 months.
Oh wow.
And my mom, she told me this very profoundly, like not even a single day she felt sick, because they were in the
Yeah.
snow and extreme weather conditions.
Yes.
So I think I think the air quality,
The air is so
everything
fresh
matters.
that it.
Yeah. The food.
I mean, you don't fall
yeah.
sick. You in fact feel very healthy. So
Yeah,
same thing
supercharged.
happened with them. They were also trekking, and they thoroughly enjoyed, because like we went to the mountain top, then we had a cup of tea, some snacks.
Yeah.
And my father was in the army, so and we stayed in Shimla. So he kind of those forests were resembling. So it took us
Yeah.
back in time, and we bonded well as a family.
Of course,
there.
that's the best way
Yeah,
to.
because I think more than going out and eating out that we do all the time, I
Yeah.
think experiences like these were
collective experience. Yeah.
And that was a holiday that I was taking them for. So
Yeah,
it was more like,
I know,
life
as
has
a
come up full
daughter.
circle.
We all want to
They've
do the
always,
most for
yeah,
them.
they've always taken me on a holiday, and now this time I was taking them
Hmm.
on. So I was feeling even more happy, and
Amazing.
it gives you that sense of satisfaction
It
that you can do
does.
something and
Yeah.
get a smile on their face.
True.
So it
True.
was quite a.
Nice.
The 2 days we were there for 2-3 days, but that was more than enough. It
Yeah,
was quite
yeah.
a enriching vacation.
Let's talk wellness now.
Okay, sure.
I know the fact that you also are very passionate on fitness, wellness, and you
Yes.
create content around it. So tell me personally, what are your wellness hacks or techniques or methods you follow on a daily basis?
Mhm.
And just your perspective on how important it is in our lives, especially
Yeah.
corporate.
Yeah, because I think wellness, when you talk about wellness, I feel like, ghar ka khana is something that, I try to stick to,
Yeah,
because
non-negotiable.
non-negotiable because we've always heard that like ghar ka khana is
Yeah.
the most purest form that you can
True.
have. So I try to avoid outside food, but of course I'm an influencer and I get invited to events.
That to a
like-
food
yeah,
blogger.
food blogger, get invited to new launches, restaurants. So it's very difficult for me to stay away from it. But as much as I can, I try to have like ghar ka khana, and I'm like somebody who can eat the same food over and over again. Like for breakfast, it's oats is my staple. So
Oh my
I
God.
just
Oh.
I can have that every day. Like I don't want to think much about it, and for my lunch, like I like to stick to a certain diet, like roti, sabzi, dal, chawal. No, like broccoli and sauteed zucchinis for me, because it just
You like
doesn't.
the Indian desi food.
Yeah, Indian desi food, like a little bit
Yeah.
like roti. I cannot do away with roti. I've done a blog also on that and spoken
Yeah.
a lot about
Yeah.
roti when the whole world is
Yeah.
like shunning roti, and like how
it can
is
be gluten free, right?
It can
I mean,
be.
you get like
Yeah.
gluten free wheat now.
Yeah.
So
But
that's a very good.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then I'm all like, I am not gluten intolerant. So why should I stay away? My generations, like all our past generations, have grown up
Been,
having
yeah.
roti, and like they were so healthy. Like at our age, I think they were doing like 2x the amount of work that we do now.
Yeah.
Like in terms of running around, managing the house, and
Yeah. Hence, they could digest it.
yes,
Right?
like my
So-
father still goes and buys vegetables, and we are like
Yeah.
sitting on Blinkit and ordering vegetables. We don't want to go down. We don't have the
Too many
energy to
comforts.
yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I try to work out. Go
So
to the
what's
gym.
your style of workout? Gymming.
Gymming, yeah. I try to lift weights more, because I think now the whole focus is on strength
The
training.
muscle building.
Yes.
And, yeah.
But-
Core strength.
core
Yeah.
strength, so that. But I love cardio, because just like put on your AirPods
Yeah.
and you
Oh
run.
my God. Yeah.
So it is like gives you a different high, like
I think mentally also,
Mentally
it gives
also,
you
yes.
some kind of clarity and that sense of momentum.
yes, like
Life
that is
is-
your time.
yeah.
Like when you go to the gym, and it's like your time, you just like plugged in, and
Yeah,
so
I love that too.
yeah.
Mm.
So I like to go as much as possible, but of course, because of the crazy work hours, sometimes it becomes difficult. So
Anything with your mental health, like any other
Uh,
modality.
no, I try to like, and a lot of people, like when they like, especially Jyotish, because I like to show my hand to an astrologer. So I mean that is one
That's your
entertainment wherever we go. So they've always told me to practice meditation, because I think we are into so many things that our mind is. For our mind also, it's very difficult to be at peace. Like always thinking about
Wandering.
what you're gonna do, and so I think. Something in wellness would be to practice 10 minutes of meditation.
Yes.
just there are so many amazing playlists on Spotify nowadays. Like,
Yeah.
you can listen to that sound healing, the Buddhist
The
chants,
guided,
or the
yeah.
Om Namah Shivaya. So
Yeah.
I think that is just calms you down and
So you do
recharges.
that whenever you
Yes,
feel.
yes,
Okay.
yes. Yeah, I try
Have you
to.
tried affirmations?
Yes,
Yeah.
because there was a point in my life that I was more into reading a lot about affirmations. But yes, I do a
And
lot of affirmations.
Like, what's your method? Tell me more about it.
There's no method as such, but I was just like, when I go for walks. Like sometimes if I'm not able to go to the gym, I go for walks, and that is when I was listening to this affirmation playlist on Spotify, and it really made me cry because those affirmations were so strong that it just brings out that like you as a person and makes you feel so strong.
It
I
does.
think
It immediately flips your mindset, right?
yeah, that you did whatever you could,
Yeah.
so don't blame yourself.
Yeah. Do you remember a couple of lines from that? From the track
No,
that stayed with you? Like any affirmation that you swear by?
uh, mainly I think it's that you are strong and you've got this. So I think that is one affirmation that if you keep on because in during the day, I mean, we go through ups and downs. Like sometimes you get a mail and then you're like, you hit rock bottom, but then the minute you say you've got this,
Yeah,
you
you're
and you start
bouncing
working
back.
toward it.
Yeah.
So
In fact, that was my next thing, that being into the corporate, crazy finance world, what are the
Yes.
challenges you feel that you are facing and generally, a corporate would face?
yeah, I think it's more about your identity and making your work talk for you. So I think most of us have that identity crisis because many a times you want to do a lot,
Yeah.
but you just don't find the avenues or the opportunities to showcase your talent. So with whatever you're doing, you have to maximize the ROI on that to show that yes, you are very good at it, as well as build your identity based on that. So because especially in an MNC, like where there are so many resources,
Yeah.
I think
It's an ocean.
It's an ocean, and everybody's so good. Like everybody's competing against each other. So to stand out, you really have to have that edge over the other. Like everybody will not get all the opportunities, and you
Yeah.
really have to work your way to get that opportunity because everybody's eyeing it. So whatever you are left with, you have to make sure that you are on top of it and you
Yeah.
are the best at it.
So emotionally, what are the challenges? Like in terms of, like you said, everybody's trying to prove themselves.
Yes.
But what does it do to your psyche as a
Yeah.
human being?
No,
Once
I
you're
mean, of
back
course.
home, like, the after effect of this.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the emotional
Mhm.
challenges
Yeah, I mean
that you would personally also go through.
Yes,
Or you must have
yes,
seen
yes.
it around.
Yeah, so I think mainly like you do go through a lot of emotions because there are days when your boss is like saying that what is this, and like he's not happy with what you are doing, but the next day he's all like, wow, this is wonderful. So like
I think
there is
a lot who can relate. Yeah. Like,
So it's
are you
like-
talking about me?
Yeah, so I mean it becomes a little confusing that you were like praised 2 days back and
Yeah.
what just happened, was I not so good at it, and like each
Yeah.
one of us believes and we want to be the best version of ourselves, especially to our
Yes.
bosses. So
Yeah.
so I think you go through a lot of emotions in the sense like at the end of the day you're just thinking about how I could have done that better, or how I can the next day what I can do better. Those
Yeah, pushing
kind of-
yourself.
pushing yourself, and I mean you're always wanting
Yeah.
so that race is always there to prove yourself to be better
Yeah.
at something.
Yeah.
And
So you
I think that sometimes
yeah,
takes a toll on your mental well-being also.
like
because-
burnout, you mean?
Yeah, you get burnt out just thinking about it. Those thoughts just burn you out, and on what he may be thinking of myself. He may
Yeah.
not be thinking about you, your manager. He may have just dropped that email and forgotten about
Yeah.
it, but it leaves you with that
Yeah.
like, you know, appraisal kaise hoga,
Yeah.
and he will not like me. He'll not. I mean, ab mera future nahi hai, and this and that. But yeah, I mean, I think we should just think of the next day as another
Yeah.
day and give it our best shot and
But
leave the rest.
when you go through something like this,
Mhm.
what's your way to bounce back? Generally.
I think, yeah, I mean, I recently went through a very emotional situation wherein, like, there were a lot of emails flying around, and I was like, I almost broke down. But I think at that moment, you should just, like, you know, cry. But then just make sure you know, after you cry, you, like, you know, shed tears, do whatever. But after that, after those 10 minutes of, like, you know, valuing in self
Releasing.
and releasing all those energy, just put your makeup on and be ready.
Show up.
That is what corporate life teaches you,
Yeah.
that, you know, you have to show up no matter what. Just be ready for the next meeting and
True.
show as if nothing happened.
Totally.
Yeah.
But in your organization, which is an MNC and
Yeah.
it's global, are there any conscious wellness practices that they have?
Yes,
like,
yes,
you know, a
yes.
lot of corporates now have counselors and
yes. In fact,
sessions. So tell me more about your company and what they do for wellness.
so basically, like, in terms of wellness, they are very invested. They call nutritionists. So we have online Zoom sessions as
Mhm.
well as sessions in person also to help the employees. And then they have, like, these yoga people also coming and giving online sessions.
This is weekly? Or-
It happens in a month. So there is a committee, the HR committee,
Hmm.
and then, like, you know, they take care of all of this.
Okay.
So we used to have people coming and doing dance sessions also. So we have
Oh.
Zumba sessions as well, online Zumba sessions, or in person also if you're in the campus. So there are sessions wherein you can do all this, and then they are also affiliated to a gym facility.
Okay.
So you can also take you can
The
also enroll
subscription.
subscription.
Yeah.
So
So there's a dedicated day for it, or like
there is no special day as such, but as the every week of every fortnight they have these sessions wherein people can go and
so it's like couple of
Recharge.
hours in between the
yeah,
work.
or
and-
they'll have like meditation sessions and
Wow, that's
Yeah.
lovely.
yeah. So there is a lot of things happening towards the well-being of the employees, because I think nowadays people value, especially these MNCs, they value human. I mean the
Employee health.
employee health.
Yeah, because it's directly linked to
Yeah, the
the
work
financial
that they're
health
doing.
also of
Yeah.
the organization. But do
Absolutely.
you see a difference with these methods and wellness into the performance and the general health of the company?
Yeah, I mean, I think, these sessions, more than like people actually going for it, there are some people who go for it, but many of them are not able to go for it. But these serve as a reminder that even if it is between your work or after your work, make sure to attend them, or if you're not able to attend these, go out and go for these sessions.
Yeah.
So
Do you attend all of them? Be honest.
yeah. No, I hardly attend those sessions because I have a gym to go to,
Ah.
and I have
You already doing.
have, yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, I would like to attend some
Yeah.
of them, if not all of them.
I think it's the need of the hour.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
more than 15% of Indian population is working in the corporate today, which
Okay.
is a lot,
Which is a lot, yes.
right? And if
Yeah.
their health is taken care of, I think
Yes.
it will eventually be a healthier planet.
Definitely. Because it just gives you that, it gives you a break. Suddenly you're accelerating throughout
Yeah.
the day, and there's no just stopping, but these sessions act as breaks. Like
Pauses, yeah.
And that is required, I think. Because,
Very much.
Yeah.
I mean, again, talking about the left and the right brain, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we are always driven with the left brain and completely ignoring the right
The
side
right
of
side.
it. And I think these activities kind of like you said, remind
Mm.
you that you also have the other side,
Yeah.
the creative side.
Absolutely.
And that balance would do magic, like
Right.
it's doing for you.
Yes,
I
touch
mean,
wood.
each to its own, right? I mean,
Yes.
for you, I think it's travel, writing, exploring.
Yeah,
But we all can choose our own way to do it.
absolutely.
The point is, you should do it.
Yeah, how you do it is up to
Yes.
you.
So, Pranjali, you are also Mrs. Maharashtra.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mrs. Maharashtra 2025.
Wow, I'm so proud of that fact, that
Thank
somebody
you so
from
much.
Pune has got
Yeah.
that accolade.
Mhm.
But tell us more about that. Like, how was the experience? How did you get to
Mhm.
this?
So, I mean, it started off with I had gone to an event where I met the erstwhile Mrs. Maharashtra. She was also invited to. It was Ganpati, I remember. So for the Ganpati Aarti, I met her. It was almost like God sent, you can say.
The
So
angel.
so she just met me. She happened to speak to me. I didn't know her, and then she was like, "Why, have you explored this option? Why don't you take part?"
Hmm.
So I always I was like, why? I mean, I'm not that tall enough, or So she said there is no criteria. Why just go and join? So I was like, okay. And then she's like, yeah, I'm sure you will win. I have this hunch. I was like, oh my god, that's like too much you're telling me. But then yes, because of her, I enrolled, and then the pageant was wonderful. We were 4 days at the Hyatt in Pune, and so those 4 days, it was almost like going back to college again when. Yeah, because I was doing a course in IIM Bangalore about analytics, and we were in the campus for 2 weeks,
Hmm.
and it was so much fun. Like you get to bond with the other students, and it
Yeah.
was having Maggie at 12 a.m.
I
and
know.
this also felt very similar. These 4 days, sharing our insecurities, the challenges. Oh, she is going to win, and how best we can, encouraging each other, or
Yeah.
sharing the day stress with your roomie. So I was lucky enough to have a good roommate,
Hmm.
and I made very good friends along the way. So I still, after this podcast, I'm going to meet her.
Oh, lovely.
And maybe we will come up with another a little podcast we have decided to do, just a talk.
Amazing.
So yeah, I mean, you make friends for life, and that is what is more important than actually the pageant. Of course, we encouraged each other throughout the journey, how the day went for us during those 4 days. And then at the end of the day, we used to that this one is better than us, what we can do better. So it was more healthy discussions.
Wow, that's so refreshing to know,
Yeah.
because women are known to kind of pull each other down.
Yeah.
But I think there's a new wave where we want to empower each other.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. They say empowered women empower women.
Yes.
So it was all of that. There were such talented women, and we were empowering each other. And
you didn't feel that competing vibe.
no. I mean, everybody was so friendly that even if you knew that the other person is winning, I mean, you saw that why she would be better than you. But so
They
I
take
mean,
it in a good spirit.
good spirit.
Yeah.
Yes. There was no.
Yeah, I think we need so much more of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What's your perspective on women empowerment?
I think women empowerment is like little things, like opportunities that come your way. Don't shy away from sharing it with other women or other friends of yours, just because you think that they will be more successful than you. Because the minute that thought comes in, you've lost the game, because you are at a certain pedestal. If that event has to come to you, or if that opportunity has to come to you, it will come to you. No matter, just because you are giving the opportunity to somebody else or sharing it with someone else, doesn't mean that the opportunities that you will lose out on your A factor. And I've been lucky that I've met such encouraging and such empowering women that they've given me opportunity, whether it was in my influencer life, like simple things like making me a part of a group where there are a lot of opportunities. So
Yeah.
it was a woman, and now also like another woman, she was like, she was like, why don't you take part in this? And the life changes, like one simple step you take and life changes. But I think at the end of the day, one has to be thankful and show some gratitude to the person who's helped you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
because
God.
otherwise
Gratitude.
some people,
Yeah.
like, they'll just forget about how you have. So I think you can just do your bit by showing gratitude to the person who's helped you, and be in
For
touch.
sure. For sure.
I think that's a very important aspect to anyone, and
Yeah.
just just show gratitude and like just say thank you. I think that goes a long way
Yeah.
to show how
That's
you
the
are.
key to manifest more.
Yes.
Wow. All right. So we have a rapid fire now.
Oh my God.
I'm sure you're all set for this.
Okay. So am I supposed to give you correct answers or witty answers?
That's up to you.
Okay.
But we like honesty.
Okay.
So yeah, just follow your heart.
Okay.
Ready?
Yes.
The best city for a foodie soul.
I think Delhi, Chandni Chowk.
So agree
I
with
love
you.
it.
My God, nothing
The
can
parathe
beat
wali
that.
galli and the lassi.
Chole bhature.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What's one subtle human behavior you noticed across countries that stayed with you?
I think the feeling of warmth, because a lot of people tell us that the people, like, as you move towards the west, it becomes a little cold. But when I traveled, I found them to be equally warm. So the warmth stays.
I agree. I think the
Yeah.
perception is very different from reality.
Yes.
The most risk heavy thing you've done for fun?
Risk heavy.
Like wild.
I've gone to this. What do you say? To LA, and and there was this ride. It's absolutely dark, and it takes you on the other side. So it's like a roller coaster in the dark. So I think sitting in that roller coaster was like the most riskiest thing, because I thought I'm going to die.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's called The Mummy Returns.
Oh God.
Yes.
I just visualized it. One thing you want your daughter to inherit from you.
My creativity.
I think also the logic.
Yeah, and the love for finance.
If you had to describe your life through one flavor, what would it be?
Tangy.
Ah!
Who wants to be only sweet or so
Yeah.
salty? We want to be
Tangy
we
is
want to
amazing.
be it all. So
Totally, all shades.
yeah.
Your top favorite 3 books.
One is by just recently read this book by Indra Nooyi, her biography.
Wow, she's so inspiring.
Yeah. And then the other one was Khalid Hosseini's The Kite Runner.
Mhm.
I think that was also very
Profound.
good. Yeah, very profound. And the other one was Not Without My Daughter. Not Without My Daughter is about how this American lady, she gets married to somebody from Iran, and then he takes her to Iran, and there's no escaping. But then she finally, and after like several years, she manages to escape.
Very
So
interesting.
it's a very heart-rending story of her struggle,
And the courage.
yes.
So, top 3 movies.
There are many movies. Let me remember. I think the first one would be Haq for sure, because of the topic it touches on about triple talaq, and Yami Gautam. She's such a great actress. I mean, I think she's done a fabulous job.
Yes.
So that is definitely my most favorite. And second one would be Brad Pitt's F1. I kind of loved the thrill, and of course, it was Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
And third would be Hindi medium, because I can totally relate to that topic now that I have kids, and their schooling and everything, and
Yeah.
how important the school is. So I mean, the movie was funny, for sure, but it also touched on very important topics that I'm going through right now with my kids and which school to choose.
Yeah.
So I think these are my top 3 favorites.
Nice. Lastly,
Okay.
top 3 songs that you go to.
Okay, my go-to songs would be I love Anuv Jain. He recently performed in Pune.
Yeah.
So his song that I like was that Jo Arz Kiya Hai. I think that is like just touches your heart.
Beautiful.
So if
Yeah.
you have been in love or if you have lost someone, I think that is that song is
Yeah.
like really it just touches your heart. Second would be Unstoppable because it just
Yeah.
has that energy. So even when I'm working out, like I want to push myself just listening to that song. That
Yeah.
one, and I think the third would be I'll pick a Marathi number.
Sure.
I like Shaky Shaky because of
I love that
the
too.
minute I listen to it, I
Yes.
just want to like gets you tapping and foot
The
it's very
beats are
foot tapping
amazing,
number.
yeah. One of
And
the
my
very
daughter
few
loves
Marathi
it.
songs I
My
love.
daughter loves it, and she also starts dancing the minute she listens to this.
Nice. Good
Yeah.
choices. All right. Thank you so much, Pranjali, for this. I think our conversation was so enriching, and your travel experiences will inspire our audience to travel more at the right age,
Absolutely,
because that's the best gift in life.
definitely.
Yeah, so make time for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Travel and come back with a lot of stories.
Yes, yes. To also tell your kids.
Yes, to tell your kids or like, to just to, as a couple to remember them because
Yeah,
I think the photographs and the stories, they
creating.
help the
yeah.
bond, make it more stronger.
True. So, how was your experience?
About the podcast.
Yeah.
I think it was wonderful. Thank you so much for having me here. And I mean, this is a great platform for people who, want to send out a message because many a times, like, it's like we judge a book by its cover, ki arey, but when you start talking is when you unfold the other
Yeah.
person's personality. You get to know, oh my God, she's like so talented.
Yeah.
Because that has happened to me many a times. Like I feel that okay, she's just a mother, and then I get to know okay, she's a mother plus she's this. Okay, she's this also.
And the
She's
list
also
goes
an
on.
yeah. So she was an editor. She's also an influencer. Okay, what more am I missing? So
Yeah. No, I'm
so I
glad
think this is a
you
great
liked
platform,
it. Yeah.
and you are such a lovely. You made me feel at ease because before I came, I was like, oh my God, what questions is she gonna ask me, and am I going to be able to am I going to be nervous? Am I going to be able to answer her questions? Am I going to be stuck? But I think it was just so much fun, like almost like having a conversation with a long lost friend.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
I'm glad you felt that, and that's the
Yeah.
whole idea, to have like a heart to heart,
Yes.
very natural, clean conversation. So thank you.
Thank you so much.